Hello again, and I'm back with another thing about COVID. And the thing that's getting me is there seems to be an Astrazeneca conspiracy. Now, I'm not going to put many conspiracy theories on this channel, but this one seems to be quite legit. And okay, I've just lost loads of followers. No, but anyway, what I don't think anyone else has noticed this, but it seems that the only COVID jab that is produced at cost without profit is getting all the flack. It's getting all the it's all about blood clots and blood clots. And I did a bit of research into blood clots the other day when it comes to infections and vaccines and things. And the thing is, they actually are quite common because it's just a common side effect from your immune system. So that means if you go out and actually get COVID, you don't get any jab at all, and you actually get COVID, you run a similar, if not much higher, risk of getting a blood clot. In fact, there are various articles I've read where people with COVID have died from blood clots while they're on respirators and things like that, or the people have died of it just before they've actually gone to hospital, and that's because there is something in your immune system that your immune system actually causes blood clots a lot of the time. It's just something the way the blood works. And if you're going to put a potent vaccine into you that stimulates your immune system, it's going to run a similar risk. And that's the same sort of risk you're going to have with any vaccine. It doesn't matter if it's an AstraZeneca one or a Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, a one for the flu, a one for smallpox, anything like that. If it triggers your immune system, and I think the people who make the vaccines know this, it's just a risk from your immune system that you will have a risk of blood clots from a vaccine or from any sort of infection. You don't always get a blood clot in the brain because of high cholesterol or anything. A lot of people who get a blood clot in the brain will have caught something. Oh, hello, do you want to be in the video, do you? And the phone's going over. Try to trap my face. And but the conspiracy element of it is the fact that the only one that's getting the only vaccine that is getting all the flack is the one that's produced at cost, the one that's basically not doing it for profit. So if I put myself in the mind of someone, or like the boss of like Pfizer, or one of the investors in that company, or the boss of Moderna or whatever, one of the companies that instead of charging £3.50 a shot, are charging like 20-30 quid a shot, charging our governments that money per shot for the vaccine. And they're sitting there looking at this vaccine that can be produced much cheaper, can be distributed much easier, and it's not being produced for profit. It's being produced in India and all sorts of countries around the world. It's basically it's a vaccine that could have solved the problem straight away. And there's lots of these people, these like investors and bosses, and sitting there thinking, we're going to lose out on all this profit. What can we do to stop this jab? Oh, I know. Let's frighten everyone about it. Let's first of all frighten it because of Brexit. Those British people are, robbing all the vaccines for themselves, and because we're not getting as many of these cheap vaccines, we have to buy the expensive ones because we didn't put the order in soon enough, said the EU. And after that, you got the companies who are like, hang on, we're going to lose out on lots and lots of profits if we don't get this, sweep this jab aside somehow. So let's find something to vilify it and make people scared of it. I don't know, let's use the blood clot thing. We know they're going to get blood clots anyway. I mean, it's going to be like 19 blood clotting events out of 18 to 20 million jobs in the UK and that sort of thing. I mean, your risk of death from COVID is far, far higher still. But let's all get, make everyone scared about the blood clots. And, I was reading today on some articles about A&E departments around the country filling of people who've just had the AZ jab, and they've had a headache and that, and they're worried about a blood clot. I mean, I had a headache. I did have a blood clot. I just knew it was part of my immune system, because I get a bit of a headache after a flu jab, get a few aches and pains. Yeah, normal, get a bit of soreness where the needle went in. But yeah, because the news has been spewing this out because they're sponsors. Who are the sponsors? The jab manufacturers, perhaps. Yeah, Pfizer, Moderna, J&J. Yeah, the ones that are wanting to make a lot of money out of the jobs. And what happens is they do this sort of thing, and then you get the head of Astrazeneca come along saying, we're not going to produce a jab at cost anymore because of all the flack we've got from it. So think with your noggin, why are they vilifying this one particular vaccine? Why are you listening to all this fear-mongering from the telly about this one vaccine? It's because they're producing it at cost, and they're threatening the profits of a lot of corporate people and shareholders and these other companies who saw COVID as a way to make money. If you got this idea that you want to take on the corporate elite by making something that they make at cost, just give it to the people, you're going to get a lot of flack. You're going to get this type of flack. They're going to vilify your product every way. You look at a lot of people who have been trying to push electric, renewable energy and that for decades. They've been vilified for decades about it, because you had all these corporate interests seeing more money in the oil industry. Now, things are changing now because people have actually can see the global warming thing as a way for shareholders to make profits. So that's how that's changing now. But when you just do it for cost, if you're going to produce a windmill for cost and put all these other windmill manufacturers out of business, you get the same sort of flack. So it doesn't matter if you're green or not. But that's just one of the examples I was given. So the same with a vaccine. A lot of companies saw a big profit potential from making people shell out 25, 35, 40 pounds, or governments of our tax money shell out that per shot. Whereas you come along with, we're just going to produce it at cost because it's a worthwhile human endeavour. Big mistake. Do not do that. Do not threaten profits of corporates, elite, and corporations and all that sort of stuff. Do not threaten profits. Put it this way. If I was to open a shop in a town, similar to a corner shop, similar to a corner shop across the road, but I was to sell all my products at cost, I wasn't interested in profit. That shop across the road is going to be very annoyed at me, aren't they? And that's the same thing. That's what's happened with the Astrazeneca job. They've produced it at cost, and all the others have gone, no. That's scary. That guy across the road from my shop, he's going to be saying, well, he's done this to his tomatoes. I wouldn't have his tomato. I heard the other day someone bought a can of beans from him, and it was full of sawdust, and he's going to be coming out with all sorts of conspiracy theories about why my shop, going to vilify it totally. And that's just what's happened. That's what's happened with the Astrazeneca jab. So my advice is, don't listen to all the fear mongering. Just go and get it. I've had it. My mother's had a second one a few days ago. It's fine. It's the one that can get us out of this pandemic because they've done the good thing. And it's not our fault that they've threatened the profits of all these corporations. Okay? And in a few days' time, I think the HS is going for a service, and I think I'm getting a courtesy car. What type of courtesy car it is, I don't know, because they do Fiats at that garage at Richard Hardy as well as MGs, and so it could be anything. But I'll try and make a video of the courtesy car, because with this pandemic, I've not been able to do many videos for cars over the last year, have I? No. Anyway, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you soon with that video. Bye now.